Hey everyone, hope you're doing well out there. There we go. Hey everyone, hope you're doing well out there dealing with the coronavirus and staying home. Hope things are going well. And if not, I hope you're reaching out to people who can give you a hand. We're happy to help. We miss you guys so much. I'm so proud of every one of you right now. So I just wanted to go over how to count change. So this is one of those things that you will often hear people my age and older talk about pretty regularly. We hate it that people cannot count change back to us. So I want to give you guys some tips so that you can be the person who can. And one reason is this is a perfect opportunity for you to get a job. If you can show an employer that you can count change back correctly, you have already got your foot in the door for many jobs. So this is a job skill long term. So let's just look through the example. So I have a sort of a handout that was counting change for customers the old-fashioned way. And it says, although many cashiers simply dump all your change in your hand at once, counting change the old-fashioned way ensures that customers get the proper amount. Here's an easy way to make a customer's change using counting and simple addition. So we're actually going to count up. Most people think about change as a subtraction problem, but I actually want you to see this as an addition problem, that we can count up to the value we need without ever actually figuring out how much change we need to get. So they give an example, and by the way, here's another tip. If you do learn to count change this way, you're less likely to have your drawer be off, and if your drawer isn't off, you don't get penalized for it. So this is a job skill I think you will use for years to come. So let's say you're handed a $10 bill, and I'm going to pick a different number than they had over here. It's 852. So at 852, so I'm handed a $10 bill, and I would put that on top of the cash register so that nobody can say afterwards, oh, it was a 20. So now 852. So I'm going to count up from 52, and I'm going to say pennies. 52, 53, 54, 55. From there, I can use a nickel to get to 60, 860, dimes, 870, 880, 890, 9. So that would work. You could get there that way. Sometimes I tend to aim for 25, 50, and 75. So I would actually aim to give back change where I'm giving back quarters instead of dimes and nickels if I can. So I would say 852, 853, 854, 855, 865, 875. Those would be dimes. And then I'd switch to quarters and go $9 and hand them a dollar and say, there's your change. So what you're doing is you're adding up by a little bit each time. And I tend to look for this. I'm looking to get to 0, 25, 50, or 75 as fast as possible. Because once I'm there, I can use quarters. And I like quarters a lot better. They're a lot easier to count. They're also just easier to pick up. Anyway, so for me, I'm going to use pennies to get to the nearest 5 or 0. So I'm going to look for something that ends in 0 or 5 because I can use dimes from there to get to where I need to go. And if I need a nickel, I can throw that in. So I'm going to use pennies to get to a number that ends in 0 or 5. I'm going to use dimes and nickels to get to 25, 50, or 75, and quarters to get to the whole dollar. The hard part of making change is actually that little bit in the middle where we're trying to make the change for the stuff under a dollar. Once you get there, most people are pretty confident counting up dollar bills. So I want you guys to keep practicing this over and over again at home. This is a great time to practice with your family. See if they will help you make change. Maybe that you can raid their change drawers and their change pockets, and you can practice at home. If you do have any questions, feel free to give me a call. I miss you guys so much and can't wait to see you again. Best number to get me is 427-4716. Maybe by the end of this, I'll remember it. Bye.